Hey there, Stephen Williams here again. They call me the good bishop. Ain't nobody good like our God. And so I'm grateful for you coming. We're going to have some more conversation. Question on the floor today is, are you really married? Yeah, I know you're together, but are you married? Right? So check this out. There are some things, some components that you can find right on Google about marriage. And I think these are just some attributes, right? Trust, commitment, conflict, emotional closeness, honesty, love, appreciation, boundaries, independence, openness, responsibility, selflessness, shared values, communication, of course, intimacy, sex, forgiveness, communication, skills, empathy, connection, friendship. Those are just a few that are become major things when it comes to marriages. And I always say marriage is not for the selfish, it's not for the insecure, it's not for the fearful, it's not for the communicationless, and it's not for the intimacy less. I don't even know if that's a word. But those are the things that are there. And I wanted to just deal with that first one. If you really don't have trust, do you really have a marriage? Yeah, because trust can be broken because someone steps outside of the marriage. But trust can also be diminished because of insecurities. And so, again, a lot of those things are birthed out of communication to me. But if you are insecure, if you are selfish, and if you are fearful, and if you are non communicative, and you do not like intimacy, don't get married. And if you are married and have those things and you don't trust, I don't think you have one. I think you're in it, but you really don't have a marriage. I think you're in a quote unquote partnership, but you're not really functioning as a covenant because where there is no real trust and no real communication, it's just paper. It's not connection heart to heart. It's not mind to mind. And I think it's something that we need to evaluate because we're sitting up and a lot of people are connected with people and you got rings, but you're really not married. And I don't know what you do with it because covenantally it is, you don't have a scripture. Now, this is going to hurt people's heart. But if you are a born again believer, there is no irreconcilable differences. Um, you don't have a reason. There isn't a reason because you tired of them. That's just, maybe that was Old Testament, but that's not New Testament. That's not a New Testament concept. And so the question on the floor is, can it be rebuilt? Yes, but it has to bring walls down. You have to bring walls down, and that requires two people. That is the hardest part about being married. It's not a one-sided thing. It really does require two people to make that happen. And I'm just curious. Although we have, people have rings. Are you really married? Are you really in covenant? Or are you just going through the motions? And can it sustain? Can it live in that capacity? Some people it has. The old generation, I guess they did, but then this new generation, people just not doing it. And so it becomes a real question that I want you to ask yourself. Do we have those components? Do you have those components? Oh, we're gonna talk about so much on this platform. We're going to talk about some tough subjects that don't nobody really want to discuss, and that is the question. Really, are you really married, or do you just have rings? Don't know, because if you don't have trust, if you can't trust people, then I don't know what you have. I really don't. If there is no trust, and no real communication, let's discuss it in the bottom. Can't wait to hear what y'all got to say. It's getting good.